Shocker! Disney has decided to Bud Light themselves with their woke Snow White remake. Take a look.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
I'm sure it'll be a box office hit. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. Disney is doing a remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They're definitely dropping the Seven Dwarfs, so they want to be progressive and make sure they don't give any dwarfs a job acting in this movie. Apparently, eugenics, whatever, they don't like dwarves. I don't know why, but it's now just Snow White. Oh man, well, let's take a look at some of the key details of this. Twitter user posts this, or X as Twitter is now called. That makes no sense to me. I don't care. They say, the new Disney Snow White is going to be black. Another race swap flop. Oh, and there's only one dwarf. Race swap flop. Yeah, how well has that worked? Instead of creating new original stories that might have characters of different races that you want to integrate that require creativity and originality. Instead of doing that, like, let's just rehash something old. We'll do a shameless race swap flop so we look like we're whatever, good people. While we at Disney shelved Sound of Freedom. We bought it and shelved it for 5 years because we didn't want anybody to know about what's really going on because we're good people. Good for you, Disney. Now, Disney's stock has dropped, I just read, by 55% over its peak. Disney is crumbling. I have to say, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Disney has gone absolutely woke. And it's beautiful to see woke structures crumble. And we know it's just a matter of time before they crumble because they're not based on the omniscience of truth. You know, something that's not true, it just can't withstand the test of time. So Disney, they said, oh, screw truth, screw real values that are based in truth. We're going to be as woke as we can. And they're crumbling for it. So let's take a look at some other Snow White details. Picking up on this very enlightening interview about Snow White we saw a clip of, we'll pick up in the middle of it, very short, with the lead actress, Snow White, and I guess Disney is giving themselves a pat on the back because she is apparently not white. I don't know what ethnicity, but Disney, you know, their primary agenda, here's how we can make a good movie. Hire someone who's not white to play Snow White. Cool. And here's what she has to say.
That is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be...
It would be so patriarchal for a princess to be saved by a prince. So not only are they, get rid of the dwarves, we definitely need someone like super diverse to play Snow White. They did that, race swap flop, get rid of the dwarves. Apparently, again, Disney, what do they have against dwarves? But then now we're getting some intel. They're rewriting the story of Snow White. Snow White has been a story since, I believe, 1937. And it's that story, it's withstood the test of time. It's been around. There's something about it people like. So Disney says, hey, what if we take that story that people love and we change it? And we'll change it by making it less good. We need to make sure men look weak and women look empowered. We need women to look so empowered that they're so dysfunctional they reject men instead of being a human being out for connection. They're a human being out rejecting, divided. They want to stand on their own because humans, they're not pack animals. They should just be individual. Why would we want a woman to be helped by any other human, especially a man? So we'll just bake that into the story. People will probably like it better. Why is our stock drop by 55%? Oh, because we're doing shit like that? Okay. Well, it'll probably work this time.
Be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Wow, she's not dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she can be. So instead of dreaming about love, which is objectively one of the only places you can find true happiness and fulfillment, instead of that, she's dreaming about becoming the leader she can be. So in other words, a Snow White depicted who's looking for happiness through status. Cool. Like, we've only known for thousands of years, status, money, that can't make you happy. But Disney says, we want to teach young people to seek happiness where happiness is not. And we want to teach young people to reject where happiness actually is, love.
And the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll grow up to be super empowered if they see themselves in this story. And End Wokeness tweets, I don't know what this movie is, but it's definitely not Snow White. And they also tweeted this link, Disney's live-action Snow White casts sexually fluid actor as male lead. Cool, I'd like to see his sexual fluidity flow like water on screen. However that happens, but I'm sure it's reality. And then Piers Morgan, he did an interview with a dwarf actor. We'll take a look at that in a second. But this dwarf actor talking about how his people aren't going to be cast because Disney says, F you to the dwarves. This is one of the few stories that would actually be a good job opportunity for a dwarf actor. So the summary here is Dylan Postel, this actor here, he says, these roles are made for actors of my stature. I can't go for the Harrison Ford or the George Clooney roles. So let's take a look at what he has to say.
So it's not a progression at all to me. My issue with it is exactly what you said. There are actors, dwarf actors, that that dream to be in a major motion picture such as this Disney remake.
But they really remade it from something good to something crappy because, as you can tell by this headline, instead of it being Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it's Snow White and the Seven Magical Creatures.
And now, because Peter Dinklage said what he said last year, now it's taken away. And it's taken away because of quote unquote progression and all that. And it's not right. Because these are roles made for actors of my stature.
Disney took away your roles because they're progressive. Now, is that really progressive or is it just wokeness? Everything woke turns to shit. Wise words by a great president. Let's see what the Babylon Bee has to say. Snow White producers circumvent actors' strike by casting 7 random hobos from San Francisco. That looks about right. But they're very diverse looking hobos, so Disney's doing their job. Babylon Bee also says, Disney to remove problematic kiss from classic movie. Snow White will now remain dead. Makes sense, because of course the prince isn't going to save her. Just let her die. We don't want to accept help from a man. So Disney, who has really earned their way into a 55% decline on the stock market, have they Bud Lighted themselves once again with their remake of Snow White? My prediction is, yes, they have. Disney, they specialize in helping children and adults alike degenerate their minds and bodies. Thank you, Disney. We see you, and we'll also never forget what you did with Sound of Freedom, trying to keep that message from reaching the masses. We see you, Disney. But before you go, I want to tell you about something that won't degenerate your mind and body, but it's engineered to do just the opposite, help balance your mind and body. Have you ever considered that the foundation of your freedom is good health? Well, health equals freedom is at the core of my beliefs, and using CBD is one of the #1 things I do to look after my health. But high quality, premium grade, clean, pure, organic CBD can be hard to come by. That's why I started Awaken CBD. After experiencing the benefits of CBD on my health for a number of years, I wanted to form a CBD brand that people can trust. That's why we only use organically grown, premium grade CBD, so you can trust it. We've got the CBD products to meet your needs, like the CBD oil tincture, full spectrum gummies, sleep gummies, relief roll-on gel, and some others that I think you'll love. If you'd like to bring the benefits of CBD into your life with a brand you can trust, I'd be honored if you gave Awaken CBD a shot. To learn more about how you can become a part of the Awaken CBD family, just go to healthisfreedom.co. Please enjoy whatever it is you choose to do to take care of your health, because your freedom depends on it.